Hello, and welcome back for another episode of Patriotic Housewife. You guys, I don't know if you've seen the video of Mikey McCoy actually being able to speak, well, somewhat, on what the accusations are around these viral videos of him. I found it on X, so I just wanted to show you guys, and we'll stop and talk about it as we go. But let's go ahead and jump right into that because I was really surprised that they even let him do this. They've been like hiding the amazing Mikey McCoy.
Great question from Rain, and it's kind of largely about the conspiracy theories, and and I think Blake, you said it well. It's like we have to give space for people to grieve. There is a trial coming up. We understand that sometimes when we don't speak on every topic, it creates a bit of a vacuum, and there is, just so you know, there's a reason for some of the silence on certain things and the choosing not to engage in certain things. But I loved Rain's heart, and you could tell that she is grieved just by Charlie not being with us and the anchor that Charlie was in her life, but also the fact that she wants to carry his mission forward, and she wants everybody to be unified and on the same page. So, Mikey, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, you said it. If there's silence on something, oftentimes people say it's silent because it's true. No, that's not why. Like, there's so many accusations out there against so many people. Even one of them are like a sermon that my dad gave where he said that I had blood on me. And for the record, like, he gave that sermon. I called my dad moments after everything happened, and I was screaming.
I was listening to that call, and
Blake was next to me. I was screaming on the phone. I said Charlie was shot in the neck, and he had blood all over him.
He said,
and
I think he said there was a lot of blood.
And I said, you need to call every pastor and pray for a miracle. And he thought for some reason that I said I had blood on me. So he gives a sermon 72 hours later where he addresses that conspiracy.
Yeah, and he says that
I had blood on me. Okay. I didn't see that sermon. And then about a month later, that was like trending all over social media. And I called my dad and I was like, did you actually say this? And he was like, yeah, I just found out it's not true. So like behind every single one of these are a human being. For an entire month, my dad had to live with nightmares every night that his son actually did have blood all over him.
Didn't you say he got emotional when he found out?
He got emotional when I was on the phone with him being like, that's not why did you say that?
No, he was so glad to hear it wasn't true.
Yeah, like not everything is some grand scheme.
So are we supposed to feel bad for Rob McCoy now? Is that what that was? Okay.
And just because someone's not answering all of your questions just because someone's not answering all of your questions when you want them to answer your questions does not mean it's
I want to close the loop on this. I think but there's a lot of people are deeply affected by this.
Yeah.
And for some people, the temptation of something very emotionally upsetting is they want to, frankly, sometimes there's a temptation to lash out. And I would remember that I would encourage you to remember all of us love Charlie. All of us care deeply about Charlie. It is fundamentally, I'll just say it is fundamentally outrageous and insane to say that any of us would have wanted Charlie dead or wanted anything bad to happen to him. And when we get emails where people just say, you killed Charlie, or like you're lying about everything, I would strongly encourage those people to reflect on what is motivating them to do these things.
Yeah.
I want to also say there is a point where it's deeply frustrating that somebody like Mikey would have to even dignify some of this story that you'd have to even dignify that with a response. I mean, it's so insane. But by the way, I love that Rain is wearing she was talking about her bracelet from the memorial. Yeah. And it was funny because just as
okay. So that's the clip, you guys. This is like laughable. So he goes on, basically they were allowing him to address like the viral videos, which really none of that really happened, right? And he starts making excuses saying, oh, I didn't know my dad did this sermon. I didn't know he said this during the sermon. Like we should feel bad. Oh, well, he was so relieved when he found out that I indeed didn't have blood on me, and I never said that to him. And I said, "Well, why did you say that, Dad? Why did you say that?" It almost was like you know, we were making excuses, or we're trying to like take some of that. I don't even know. I wouldn't even call it burden. I don't even know what the word is I'm looking for right now, off of Rob McCoy for the things that come out of his mouth, which is just really, really wild to me. That's the first thing that was weird to me. The second thing is, did you guys notice how Blake Neff cut Mikey off? Like, they do not want him to say too much. They wanted to keep that conversation under wraps. Like, they didn't want him to get too carried away. It was so obvious. And Blake Neff has done that with several things. If you've watched like some of the interviews with him, he tends to do that. Even with it, when it was like him, Andrew Colvett, and I can't remember who the guest speaker was that was there. Like Blake Neff cut it off, and that's when he was like, "Oh, well, it's almost like, you know, people that are asking these questions, like it's like a porn addict." And I was like, so the people that are asking questions now, we're all like porn addicts? That's wild to say. That left me speechless because I couldn't even believe that that's this is how we're defending our behavior. It's just crazy. And then leave it to Andrew Colvett, Mr. PR, to turn around and, oh, well, I think that it's so great we're wearing these bracelets and Rain's wearing these bracelets, and like the bracelet's great. Okay, great. It's great. It's from the memorial. But like what that video is, what you guys, like, I can look at it. I think it was 3 minutes and 35 seconds. They gave Mikey what, 2.5 minutes to maybe somewhat try to explain that. And it was like basically just him saying, I didn't tell my dad I had blood on me. I don't know why my dad said that. There was confusion and he was mortified and having nightmares. Feel bad for my dad because he thought I had blood on me. I don't know. That this whole thing, and the reason that I wanted to show you guys this clip is because I found it on X. And if it wasn't for Morgan Ariel, she's great. I love her stuff. She posted it or like shared it, and that's how I seen it. And I've been wanting to bring this up because I don't think a lot of people seen this clip. And then you watch now the video that I just posted that brought most of you guys to my channel, where you have Rob McCoy saying, "Oh, well, I assumed." You know, so this is just confirmation. Now we're going back to Mikey, and Mike is like, "Oh yeah, I never told my dad that. Yeah, he just assumed." But it still doesn't match the stories that we were given previously. So why all of a sudden, why a month later, Morgan Ariel on X put, when she posted this video, she put, "Why are we addressing this a month later?" And I cannot agree with her anymore. Why are we waiting a month to come out and address all of this stuff? And it's not even all of it, you guys. It's not even all of it, right? It's like the littlest amount. Okay, it was just about the apparently miscommunication of the blood being all over Mikey McCoy. We waited a month to do that. And then we cut Mikey off after like 2.5 minutes of even speaking. You guys, what are they afraid of that the 24-year-old's going to say? And is Mike McCoy like the talking piece? Is it like, oh, we can't let Mikey speak for himself? We have to be careful. Like, we don't want is this like a PR stunt where it's like the 24-year-old can't be trusted to answer for himself? Are we afraid of what he's going to say? Are we going to afraid of what he doesn't say? Like, I think we should be probably a little bit more afraid of what Rob McCoy is saying, because I really think he's doing more damage than majority of the people at this point. So let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share this video in case other people haven't seen it. Add it to the list of freaking weird stuff that just like doesn't make sense, contradictory stuff. I don't even know what to make of some of this stuff because it's just like I'm gonna have to start like literally making what is Ian Carroll has. He has like a sheet with like all the different information that Candace has shared, and like maybe we need to be like Candace and make like a list of lies and like different stories and all this, because it seems to me that the story just keeps changing and changing and changing. The excuses are changing and the circumstances change, and it just looks like everyone is so afraid really to let anyone speak. And that's weird to me. It just, that whole conversation gives me the ick. And I am not, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I am not a fan of Blake Neff at all. I don't think he is very, I don't know how to explain it. I don't like his past. We'll just leave it at that. And just the stuff that he says is so bizarre. The porn addict thing really threw me. So I just wanted to show you guys that in case you haven't seen it. I think it's very interesting and kind of I don't know what to make of it really, other than I think we're being fed a bunch of different stories to do exactly what it's doing, confuse us, mind boggle us, and have us left with more questions than answers. And then you go and watch some of these sermons, and yeah, you're just like, what? Like, what did I just watch? What was the point in the 2.5 minute conversation that Mikey just had? I feel bad for my daddy. That's what I got from it. So let me know what you guys think. And of course, share this video, spread it. And I will see you all in the next one. Happy Tuesday.